globalization, what probably comes to mind are transcontinental networks, flows of energy and goods, information and people, accompanied by a US-led military, political, legal, and knowledge infrastructure. A westernization, which, by the way, China is now challenging through its own globalization, the easternization driven by the Belt and Road Initiative. And yet, it would be surprising if such a planetary mobilization of technologies affecting countless territories and ecosystems across the continents had not produced also another effect, the globalization of nature, and also another cognitive object, the global environment, to which China will have probably to provide an alternative. It is to this topic that I dedicate my lecture, reflecting on the implications of one key feature of the global environment, the transformation of the Earth into a crime scene of a unique kind, a speculative crime scene, what is now called the Anthropocene. Environmental historians have traced the steps that, from the ecologies of the British Empire to the Cold War and space-age cybernetics, have led to our contemporary conceptualization and governance of the global environment, making it visible both politically and scientifically. And here are just a few titles that can give you an idea of this scholarship. It is a history that includes also the penetration of ecosystem thinking in the social sciences and humanities, with different waves of cybernetics, Malthusianism, social Darwinism, and environmental economics and management shaping the lexicon of socio-ecological interaction and imposing the framework of adaptation and resilience. While the post-colonial rural world was exposed to the Green Revolution, and the agrarian question of the Third War gave rise to subaltern studies and liberation ecologies, system ecologists and global management approaches from the global north theorized a transcendental environment, a techno-natural Gaia, a cybernetic Earth system with self-regulating and adaptive properties. If political and liberation ecologists explore the dark side of development, the conflicts about land and natural resources, de-ontologizing the environment and de-universalizing ecological thought, on the contrary, the convergence of a naturalization of the economy and economization of nature, as we find in the paradigm of resilience and complex adaptive systems, have produced a geoeconomic thought rooted in the notion of sustainable development and natural capital. At the heart of this discourse, which promises the coexistence of market-oriented economic development and the exploitation of environmental resources, is the internal articulation of natural capital. On one side, the regulation of ecosystem services. On the other, technological innovation and the harnessing of the so-called clean, renewable energies sources. It is in this context, away from the struggle of the poor and environmental justice movements, that Earth system scientists associated with the International Geosphere-Biosphere Program speak of a second Copernican revolution, a novel regime of knowledge and visibility.